Vamos a comenzar en unos segundos. Y todos los presentes, qué bueno que están hoy aquí con nosotros en esta sesión del Encuentro Creativo. Entonces, para comenzar, y en lo que siguen llegando, vamos a ver un video informativo. Corre video de la Sociedad Dante Alighieri.
Ciao e benvenuto alla Sociedad Dante Alighieri de la Ciudad de México. ¿Estás pensando ir a estudiar a Italia? Nosotros te ayudamos a realizar tu sueño. Descubre cómo obtener el nivel requerido para la admisión en las universidades italianas. Estudia y certifícate con nosotros. Tenemos cursos de todos los niveles, desde el más básico hasta el más avanzado. Y además podrás escoger entre una amplia variedad de horarios y entre la modalidad en línea y presencial. Hoy en día, el conocimiento de más de un idioma extranjero es fundamental para ser competitivo en el mercado laboral. Y poder demostrar tu nivel de conocimiento con una certificación puede marcar la diferencia entre tu perfil y el de otro candidato. Ven a conocer el PLIDA, la certificación de idioma italiano reconocida internacionalmente y ante la SEP. Y comprueba tu nivel de italiano para acceder a las universidades de tu interés. Prepárate con la institución de la enseñanza del italiano más antigua en México y obtén las herramientas para construir tu futuro. Italia y la Sociedad Dante Alighieri te esperan. Arrivederci.
El Encuentro Creativo es un evento que se debe gracias a la buena voluntad de la Embajada de Italia en México, a través del excelentísimo señor embajador Luigi De Chiara, al director de la Cámara de Comercio, presidente de la Cámara de Comercio Italiana en México, el señor Lorenzo Vianello, y la directora de la Cámara de Comercio en México, italiana en México, la señora Fariba Gallardo, gracias a los cuales y a todo el trabajo del equipo se puede hacer este encuentro creativo. Entonces, unas palabras de ellos para comenzar.
Soy Luigi De Chiara, embajador de Italia en México. Soy muy feliz de presentar Encuentro Creativo con la presentación de la oferta formativa de esas instituciones académicas en el campo de las industrias creativas italianas. Queremos ofrecer a todos los mexicanos no solo la posibilidad de mejorarse de un punto de vista técnico, sino también de saber dónde van las tendencias, cómo se ha construido el éxito del Made in Italy.
En la Cámara de Comercio Italiana en México estamos honrados de poder promover la oferta académica italiana entre los estudiantes mexicanos. Durante la primera edición, en las 2 semanas del evento, tuvimos más de 2.000 alumnos participantes y logramos un alcance en redes sociales de más de 1 millón de personas. Este proyecto nos brinda la oportunidad de acercar México e Italia, 2 naciones amigas y que tienen muchísimo que ofrecer en materia de creatividad y diseño. Disfruten de todas las actividades que hemos planeado en coordinación con las mejores universidades de diseño que hay en Italia y junto con las marcas que nos apoyan en esta iniciativa.
Bienvenidos a esta segunda edición de Encuentro Creativo, que te permitirá conocer más acerca de la oferta académica que la capital de la moda y el diseño ofrece, Italia. Por favor, síguenos a lo largo de las conferencias de Encuentro Creativo. Muchísimas gracias y bienvenido.
Hoy, por la Escuela Politécnica de Milano, vamos a tener una conferencia acerca de The New Frontier of Event and Exhibit Design in the Trade System, la nueva frontera de los eventos y el diseño de exhibiciones en todo el sistema de comercio e intercambio. Esto, por supuesto, a partir de lo que nosotros acá conocemos mejor como retail, visual, etc. Y en la conferencia va a estar a cargo de Enrica Baccini, que ella es la profesora adjunta de Políticas Económicas para Organizaciones de la Universidad Católica de Milán. Enrica es coordinadora del grupo de investigadores de MECA, que es la Asociación de Grandes Centros de Exposición Europeos. Entonces, ella forma parte del Comité Estratégico de YES Milano, una agencia para la promoción de la ciudad de Milán, y forma parte del Consejo de Administración de Arexpo Spa, la empresa que desarrolla los espacios que acogieron la Expo 2015, la Feria Mundial del 2015, con tema de la alimentación, donde México tuvo un pabellón que era de la alimentación mexicana, un tamal gigantesco, y de la Fundación Comunitaria de Milán del Norte, que se dedica a la filantropía de riesgo. Este es el completísimo currículo que tiene nuestra amiga Enrica Baccini, y a partir de este momento ella nos dará sus impresiones y su ponencia. Muchísimas gracias. Enrica, you have the microphone.
I thank you very much, Gustavo, for this very exhaustive presentation. You told too much about me. I'm just, let's say, I used to be a young girl who found his first job in the exhibition business, and I was so fascinated by it, and so I felt in love with the exhibition industry and decided to remain inside it. And tonight I would like to talk about the beauty of this industry, and to present you our initiative, education initiative we have designed to, let's say, to make Milan the city where people can study not only fashion and design, but also exhibition events and conferences. I share my screen with the presentation. I hope you can see it. Okay. So I really thank you for the presentation, and I have prepared also a slide about me, but I skip it because you did an excellent job, Gustavo. I tell you something about the company for which I work. Tonight I'm representing also Scuola Politecnica di Design, of course. We created together this master course that I present tonight, but I belong to Fondazione Fiera Milano. That is a foundation that owns the two large exhibition and conference centers that qualifies Fiera Milano as one of the international leaders in the exhibition industry. We own the majority of the shares of Fiera Milano that is also listed in the stock exchange. And Fiera Milano is one of the leaders for managing the space, but also for offering quality services for exhibition organizer. And it also organizes itself trade shows, both in Milan and also abroad. Fondazione is also dedicated to education, of course, through its brand that is Accademia Fiera Milano. For over 20 years now, Accademia has been the training initiative for the education of young talents for exhibition, events, congresses, with postgraduates courses. But I'd like to tell you what we do in this field, in this industry. We host and organize exhibition, congresses, and events. And now I'm talking not just about ourselves and Milan, but I'm talking about the industry worldwide. Our industry, I love to say, cultivate the art of bringing people together to share knowledge, to create business opportunities, and professional upskilling in an international environment, because our industry is really an international one. And how do we bring people together? We bring people together in three main different ways. The first one is exhibitions, also called trade shows, or also shows to be short. Every year around the world, there are 32,000 exhibitions. They attract 4.8 million of exhibiting companies, so a huge number of companies that travel around the world with their, let's say, with their employees, with their collaborators, to take part in exhibition. This exhibition attracts more than 350 million of visitors. So you can compare it to a very large nation of people moving around the world. So we are a very important industry. A second way we bring people together are through congresses. Congresses are the way in which scientists, academics, technical officers share the results of their research and their discovery and accelerate innovation. Congresses are regular gatherings of individuals that belongs to professional, scientific or technical groups, community, and they need to meet, of course, to discuss particular subjects. They usually discuss about their researches, their discovery, and they share these results with their scientific or technical communities. You see, more than 13,000 congresses worldwide every year of international level, and 25 million delegates moving around the world to attend this kind of fantastic gatherings. The third way we have to bring people together, of course, are what we generally describe as events. We can't measure the number of events we have every year worldwide. You can imagine that there are millions of companies all over the world, whether big or small, but especially big, that organize their own events. We can talk about corporate events that are formats with hospitality and social activity, which are organized by one company. The difference between an exhibition and an event is that exhibitions are usually animated by hundreds, sometimes thousands of companies. An event, a corporate event, sees only one protagonist. The most important and the most easy, I would say, examples are the very large tech conference organized, for example, by companies like Google or Amazon or Alibaba, where this company need to meet their supplier, their developer, sometimes their dealers. And these are events with one company protagonist, but very big. And they involve sometimes thousands of people. Of course, you also have public events that are events open to the general public. And I'm sure all of you have attended such kind of events, like, for example, festivals, cultural events, concerts, ceremonies. These are very, the most known part probably of our business and the most enjoyable and lively situations. Why exhibitions are so interesting for young talents and professionals in an important country like Mexico? Of course, we are inviting you to consider to study in Milan, because in this way you will have the possibility to work in Italy or in Europe or worldwide. But this course will give you a possibility, an important possibility to find your career also in your home country, because Mexico is an important country for our industry. And I will show you why. The most successful countries in the exhibition markets are those countries who have, and now I'm sorry, I will use some knowledge of my background. I'm an economist, so I would like to show you from an economic point of view, there are countries that are more successful than others in our business. So successful countries in the exhibition business are those with important manufacturing sector, because manufacturing means tradable goods, so goods that have an open and free market that most of the time is an international market. Another condition is to have product differentiation, because when you have many differentiated products, let's take, for example, the fashion industry or the design industry. You have a very high level of innovation of products. And this is, again, a precondition for exhibition, because companies usually go to an exhibition when they have novelties to show and innovation to show. And the third condition is to have many fragmented sectors. That seems to be not, let's say, a good characteristic, but in our case, having fragmented sectors is very good, because it means that you have many companies in one industry. So the numerosity of companies is very high, and this means a high level of potential for having exhibitors and visitors. So here you can see how Mexico have a high potential in exhibition business. This is the numerosity of companies, Mexican companies in the manufacturing industry. And you also can see some other countries, Italy, for example, or Germany, or also USA. More than 600,000 manufacturing companies, Mexican companies, means a huge potential for exhibition and trade shows. You see that you are a very big country, of course, more than 120,000 million people, the double of Italy, many more people than Germany. And so this huge number is justified. You see, we have fewer number of companies in the manufacturing sectors in Italy, but also in Germany and USA. Of course, in Germany and USA, the size of these companies is bigger than the one you have in Mexico or the one we have in Italy. But this doesn't matter so much for the exhibition business, because what is important is the numerosity. Here I would like to show again how your country is well positioned in our business. Talking about the exhibition and conference centers in your country, you are the #1 in Latin America. I mean, purpose-built venue, because exhibitions and events are also held in, venues that are not especially built for hosting this kind of event. Now I'm talking really to dedicated structures. You see, Mexico is #1 in Latin America. Again, the number of shows is huge in your country. I would say you have 500 important exhibition every year in Mexico, and this represents 17% of Latin America market, and the presence of 91,000 exhibitors and 14 million visitors. Really a very big sector in your country. The main city for exhibition industry in Mexico are the one you see, of course, the capital, Ciudad de Mexico, but also Guadalajara, Monterrey, León, and Puebla. And you can see the beautiful venue you have in your country that are truly occasion to think about a career in our business. These are the biggest exhibition you have that are beautiful also in terms of design, exhibit design of the space. And you can see how they are crowded. The first one is the Expo Mueble Internacional in Guadalajara, but also the Expo Transporte, for example, in Puebla, and the food show, the Expo Antada Alimentaria, and so on. And also a beautiful fashion show, again, in Guadalajara. And now I would like to go deep into our worldwide unique master course, where you can learn all about the art of exhibitions, events, and congresses. Bear in mind that the magic of exhibition and events lies in the possibility to trigger change and promote cultural and economic innovation. You can imagine that in these very big shows where so many people meet, you can feel where the trends are going, where the innovation is heading. And so it is not just a matter of displaying goods and services. It's not just a matter of showing novelties, but it's a matter of creating communities and creating relationships that can help change the path, the trajectory of evolution of entire industries. And this is something that to me is really magic. Exhibitions and events are moments. You can see also them as moments in space and time, where people dive into social and economic dynamics, and they can collectively create the change. I started working in a beautiful show in Italy that is called Cosmoprof. It's a show dedicated to cosmetics and perfumery, and it is the most important exhibition worldwide in this industry. And I really realized that the trends of the cosmetics and perfumery were settled there, okay? All these operators from all over the world were able to decide together where the industry should go. However, successful exhibition and event don't happen by chance. They are the result of a solid design process that you can learn. A design process that is based on research, analysis, organization, resources and time management, but also, of course, communication and creativity. We have lots of creativity in our industry. So as a professional involved in this industry, you can learn how you can make the difference with us. We are really committed to create and to educate relations designers. We are used to call, let's say, the top level in our industry, exhibition manager or exhibition designer. But what they really do is to create relations among people, among communities. And so we love to talk about relation designers. Second, of course, we will educate exhibit designers, so people that probably will have a design degree and that want to specialize in exhibit design, but also people who would like to design interaction in the digital space. Because of course, more and more exhibitions are not only physical, but also virtual. And so we need to educate the new professionals in having both knowledge on how to design physical space, but also how to design interaction in the digital space. So attending Meet, you can blend two words, space design and exhibition and event organization. Meet is a first level university master's degree for graduates from all over the world. Of course, it is an interdisciplinary course aimed at training new professionals who will combine the design approach with management, marketing, and also communication skills. The method we use is that of design thinking. Also, so we will use design thinking applied to the business topics. And so design is an horizontal competence that we will teach both to organize and manage events and exhibitions, but also, of course, to design exhibits and events. What we would like to do is also to teach how to develop relations. And our ambition is to create the new leaders of the industry of today and tomorrow, that for us are event and exhibition designers, able to conceive, design, manage, communicate new and successful and sustainable formats. Our master course is called MEED, Master in Event and Exhibition Design, and is made of 600 hours in 5 modules. And you can see here the modules we designed. The first one is, let's say, propedeutic. I can say the module 0 is the Welcome to Milan. In the first day, we will show you the city, the most important venues, some of the most important events in Milan, related to fashion, for example, or to design, but also to other kind of disciplines. The first module, the proper first module, will be exhibition and event system. We will describe you the protagonists, the players, the most important players worldwide in the exhibition and event business. The second module is about design thinking. So to give you all the basics to use design thinking in the other 3 modules that are exhibition and event management, where we will teach you how to organize and manage this kind of events, and then exhibition design, and the last, event design. The lessons are held in English, and the master, as I told you, is aimed to an international market. In 2023, in March 2023, we will have the first edition of this new course, and we expect to have 20 students, but probably we will be able to have some more than 20. Our lecturers and professors are recognized worldwide as successful professionals, but we will also have academics dedicated to teaching cultural events, cultural production. We will also have an international internship included in the master course, and we ask you full-time attendance, 3 days a week, in addition to independent or group work. The cost of the master is 15,000 euro, and we have scholarship available. Let's talk about career opportunities. The multidisciplinary nature of the masters provide you many opportunities in different kind of companies. So you can find your job opportunity with event organizers, exhibition organizers, but also marketing and communication and PR companies, venue management companies, exhibition and event design companies, exhibition production companies, but also in public and private cultural institution, for example, with museums, foundation, tourism promotion agency, but also marketing and communication of large companies, because large companies, large multinational, always have in their marketing or communication division, they also have event department. Students who attend MEED can also work as freelance consultant, of course. And the master is also suitable for people interested in starting their own entrepreneurship career. Few pictures about Milan, but I'm sure that you have already seen and maybe visited the city. That is beautiful, not so big like your capital. From Milan, you can reach all the most famous city in Italy in a few hours. It's a very lively and also safe city with a fantastic education system, but also a fantastic nightlife, cultural life, and so on. Finally, I would like to recap the fact that MEED is powered by Fondazione Fiera Milano, Scuola Politecnica di Design, that is the oldest design school born in Milan in 1954, older than the Polytechnic, older than all the other academy for design in Italy. And third, Ulm University, that is a big university dedicated to languages, tourism, cultural mediation, communication. So a partnership of 3 leaders. If you want to have more information, you can get in touch with us. Here you can see our website, mastermeed.com. And if you want, you can send your CV and portfolio to this email address, infostudenti@scuoladesign.com. I really would like to thank you for your attention, and I hope you could have, developed an interest in exhibition and event after this presentation. I'm at your disposal for any kind of question.
Thank you very much for everything expressed here. Let me tell you that each year we are a trend agency based here in Mexico City, but maybe my second way of earning money is because I gave conferences in all kinds of exhibitions. And I was absolutely perplexed about the data that Mexico is one of the biggest industries in this area, because now, because of your lecture, I realized that I have very much more space where I can develop my conferences. So I will be taking this data once we end it, and it will be in YouTube. I will take in everything. Thank you very much. I don't know how in the distance you get so specific data about this industry. And certainly here in Mexico, we have the ANTAD, la Asociación Nacional de Tiendas Autodepartamentales, the AMPIC, la Asociación Nacional de Proveeduría de Materiales, SAPICA, that is our fair of shoes and leather, everything else, Intermoda, that is huge, 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 that is about fashion, and it's all over the country, it's all the year, so it's amazing. The possibilities of being working in this kind of area, I think is something, it's an eye-opener, really it's an eye-opener. Yo le quiero preguntar a todos los que nos están oyendo si alguien tiene alguna pregunta, y particularmente we have here one question for you. How do you think design, especially graphic design, applied in the booth helps to generate user experiences? Probably has to do with what you call relation designers. Any book you recommend about all of this?
Oh, yes, I can recommend some books. If you don't mind, I can send you some details via email. There are, of course, books in English and Italian. I can also ask to Spanish friends if there are in Spanish. Yes, exhibit design can help, promoting relations and presenting what a company would like to show in a good way. You have to adapt the exhibit design, so the booth, to what you want to communicate as a company. Because the booth is the way you welcome your clients, actual clients or potential clients. So designing a booth in a trade show, but also designing a structure for an event is something very challenging, but also something that is a really creative work. Exhibit design are temporary architectures. So sometimes architects experiment what they would like to do in their career because they have no limits by the fact that the structure can last just a few days. So exhibit design is really an extraordinary way to help companies to communicate, but also to do very creative kind of architecture that can be, you know, inspiration for real architecture in the physical world.
All right.
Yes.
And also we have here the new normal applied to live and design, certainly about how we are coming back to all of these kind of experiences after the COVID. And pretty much everybody says, que te felicitan, they congratulate you. Do you think the new interactive museums, and let me explain, because I think it's a little strange what it says here. It says, do you think the new interactive museums like Van Gogh Immersive Experience, in the last maybe 2 years, it has appeared here in Mexico City, all kind of visual experiences about the Van Gogh exhibition, where you have a lot of video projected images of the paintings, and then you can go and enter these original paintings, now video experiences. And it has been about Van Gogh, Mondrian, Frida Kahlo, etc. And she says it's kind of an exhibit design. Is it something we could learn to create in this master? Particularly, this kind of question is about the evolution of the museum experience in the future. And I think it has to do with another thing that I had in mind. You are talking here about these exhibitions for all this kind of congress and the gatherings, but also we have the design for runway, that it's huge. Also, design for runway is something quite related, isn't it? No?
Yes,
so we have
yes.
museums, we have the grandes conferencias, and we have pasarelas,
Yes.
the runways. So what do you think about?
Yes, definitely. Starting with museum, of course, we have museum in our topics because in the art field, you experiment things that then can become popular also in the business, you know. Business is bigger in terms of opportunities, also professionally speaking, but the most interesting innovation always come from arts. So what is happening now in museums, and for example, the example you mentioned, like the Van Gogh exhibition, is of great inspiration also for exhibition and events. But definitely we will have cases of interactive museums made in different countries, in UK and in some other part of the world, because in our faculty we will have professors from this university called Ulm that are involved in interactive and digital museums. So because we really believe that the different part of our, let's say, beautiful world can contaminate each other. And yes, so we think that museums are very interesting, and we have teaching about it. Runaways, of course, runaways are something that is very fascinating, of course. And in Milan, you know, we have a very important fashion week twice a year, where we see, you know, the creativity exploding every time. This year we had a very big runaway, big event in Piazza Duomo Square, celebrating the 70th anniversary of Moncler.
Moncler.
It is the brand for the jacket, the duck jacket. That was really fantastic, you know. So we are seeing runaways opening also to the city, to the general public. And this is, again, is part of our course, together with the exhibition for fashion. And we have many in Milan related to shoes, to bags, to clothes, for women, for men. So a very lively segment of our business.
After you presented, I was thinking that I'm afraid the one that want to be subscribed to your program is me. Entonces, it was quite interesting. Edgar Molina is commenting, amazing info. How can you handle the stress of manage several events? Is there any recommendation to keep enjoying this kind of work? Well, I'm quite sure the stamina of it has to be one of the most stressful things in the world. I'm quite sure of it. But
yes,
you
are right. You are right. Our job is beautiful, but is also stressful. And but you know, you learn how to cope with the stress. You know, you have to take a rest when you can, and you know, you have to run you know, very fast when you are under the organization of the shows. But in my case, I see many shows in our venues, but I am lucky because my role is just to study what is happening, and I'm not the person who is involved in you know, in the field directly. But I have, you know, experienced the stress, but also the excitement of organizing an exhibition when I started with this beautiful show for cosmetics and perfumery, and I really felt the excitement.
So it is like a little of a scenario, a lot of commerce, an experience to be an experience that has to be lived. No, the constructions of cities inside these big events. And I think what you have shown us is the invitation to be part of an amazing idea that maybe many of the people here at the conference never thought of it. No, because it was quite original, interesting, and compelling. Thank you very much. I think it was absolutely extraordinary. Thank you, Enrica Baccini, and thank you and to everybody attending today. So the only thing is, me despido de ustedes hasta la siguiente, y por lo pronto yo solo resta agradecer, por supuesto, a Enrica Baccini, por supuesto a la Embajada de Italia, a la Cámara de Comercio Italiana y a nuestros patrocinadores Essilor Luxótica, Natuzzi, Artemide, Arleti Brothers, Bulgari, Alfa Par, Ferrari, Davide Groppi, United Colors of Benetton, Yamamay, Seña, Fernet Branca, Smeg, Cartel, Ferrero y Orfe México, que junto con nuestros aliados institucionales permiten que llevemos este panorama, este escaparate de cultura italiana a nuestro México, con el fin de que ustedes se inspiren y vayan inmediatamente a estudiar a Italia y allá cambien su vida. Muchísimas gracias, arrivederci y hasta la próxima. Adiós.
Grazie
amigos.
a voi, grazie.
Grazie,
ciao.
grazie.
Ciao.